Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a little reaction to the Dougherty Dozen Day in a Life as a Mom of a Mom to 12 Kids. It's an hour long. We're going to put it at 1.5 times speed just for time saving sake. But I haven't done a reaction in quite a while and I figured that this might be a good one. We'll see what is going on in the Dougherty household. I'm sure a lot of chaos, a lot of yelling, a lot of not being able to find shoes, and sugar, of course. So we're just going to start at the top and see what's going on. First of all, I want to share with you guys that this has 915 likes to 203 dislikes. That is a pretty large dislike ratio considering. That tells me that a lot of people are catching on to Alicia and her nonsense. People are not here for it, they're not liking it, and they are voicing it through leaving a dislike. Now, as a reminder, dislikes still help the creator because it still performs better in the algorithm. But chances are these people, if they try to leave a comment, they're blocked. So all they can do is leave a dislike. I hope that they're not watching it, because if you're disliking it and watching it, you are helping her out to a really large degree. If you're disliking it and just seeing your way out, that's different. But, ooh. Yikes.
But first, coffee. I'm not done my hair yet. It's just one of those days, but we're gonna do it. We can do it. Let's go. We got the teenagers to school. We're trying to get the little kids out the door. I'm trying to find Zoe's coat, which I thought was in her room. Where's Zoe's coat? Oh my gosh, okay.
So, can't find the kid's coat. I thought that's what the lockers were for. Remember the whole locker debacle? Flashback to the end of last summer. Oh, we got lockers. The kids are going to be so organized. They're going to put everything in the lockers and everything's going to be great. But when you have a mom like Alicia who doesn't stick to the rules that she puts out for kids, you have lockers now taking up space with God knows what's inside of them. You know, probably moldy Cheez-Its and dried out fruit snacks. And we have Alicia running around the house looking for the coat for the child, instead of telling the kid, look for your coat, find your coat, and it should have been in your locker, and next time this happens, you're getting your iPad taken away.
Zoe, it's right here. All right, I'm just gonna get these rooms cleaned up today. Yeah.
Teach your children chores. Teaching your kids chores makes them productive members of society. I've talked about this before. And some people might say, oh, well, it's none of your business. Those are her kids, not your kids, whatever. As a reminder, once she puts it online, it kind of becomes everyone's business. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion because this is public content. And I don't understand why you're not teaching your kids common household chores, especially the older ones. She should not be in the bedroom of any kid who is 14 and older, making a bed, doing the, getting dirty clothes from under the bed, that kind of stuff. Once I was 14, I was pretty much doing my own laundry. Of course, my dad did help me because he had time. Once my laundry was, he would help out with like the washing and drying process, but he would also just put my laundry on my bed and I would put it away because I was 14 years old. He wasn't in there cleaning my room for me. He expected that I would keep a tidy room because that's just what I grew up with. I grew up in a tidy home. He wasn't a germaphobe or anything like that, but things were put away. Pretty simple.
Yes. Yeah, they're in the closet. It's like a twin size, and he has a full bed, and he had a twin size comforter because Jason's is a twin. Somehow they're comforters. Yes, Dagger. Ash is home today because he has a doctor's appointment.
So if her husband is home, why isn't he helping her clean stuff up, tidy stuff up? Like, this is the common thing that I constantly see people talking about with Alicia is she's constantly doing everything around the house, and it's never the kids or the husband getting involved in stuff. We saw that she forcibly sent him to the laundromat the other day, and yes, that was awkward and cringeworthy and all the weird things that you can say to describe it. I was glad that it didn't involve her kids for once, but instead of doing that for a vlog, why doesn't he just help out? Because this is your all's home. That's what I constantly go back to. Like, this is a place where they actually live. And if you care so much about not living in mess, unorganized, dirty chaos, then you would think that it would be the husband helping out and also showing the children what chores look like. What are age-appropriate chores for these kids to be able to manage on their own?
Go. That's better.
Okay, so I guess he's helping getting the kids on the bus, whatever. I don't think that that's going to be a super long process, so hopefully he brings his ass and helps Alicia out. While she's up on this bed wrestling with these bags, it made me think it's such a reminder of how cheap her content is. And some content can be cheap and it's still funny and entertaining, and I still like to watch it. But with her, it's just common laziness. And these vlogs, instead of this being an hour-long vlog, if she would just take 15 minutes to edit these parts where she is wrestling around with bags and not talking to anybody about anything, speed those up so that your viewers aren't sitting here for an hour and 6 minutes listening to you crumple up bags or rifle around the kitchen floor, organize stuff in the fridge, whatever it is that she's doing. It's the audacity of like, oh, well, they'll just listen to it. You're not taking into consideration the time of your viewers. And as a YouTuber, most people that actually appreciate their subscribers listening or watching their vlogs, they will think about that before they post it. Could I have made that a little shorter? Is there something that I could do with editing to make this a little bit more digestible for people? She just doesn't care. It's the entitlement.
Gotta get shoes on. Come on. I'm gonna take you to school. You gotta get dressed. I'm taking you to school. You missed a lot. Come on, Hallie. You have to go get dressed. Let me know once you're ready.
Like, why is this even a part of the vlog? She could have literally included 1 minute of this and then kept it moving. Say that you cleaned up the kids' rooms because you don't want to teach your kids how to do any household chores, because they're entitled just like you are.
Okay, did my hair real quick, just straightened it. Let's check this room, not too bad. Why am I so neurotic?
I personally still feel like her even filming in her kids' rooms, I think is a little bit strange. Am I surprised based off the massive amount of information that she's fed out to the internet about her kids that she feels okay showing strangers inside of their bedrooms? No, I'm not. But this is also, it goes back to the evolution of content. And when you first start making videos, you are not going to know stuff that you might know current day about how people build parasocial relationships and how people can literally show up to your house if they know where you live. They can show up to your kids' school if they know where your kids go to school. These things that you learn and should be reflecting on along the way, it could also change your content for the better by not oversharing about your kids, not telling people where they go to school, not filming in the side of their bedrooms, not doing house tours. No more house tours. Like family vloggers that are doing house tours and especially showing the outside of their house, that is like one of the like top just wild things that I see. Like, how can you literally put that out and feel okay about it?
This one looks good. Garbage. All right, the girls' round next.
This is literally so fucking boring. It's putting me to sleep. But what I want to say is, with showing the kids' bedrooms, the other kind of avenue that I think of, and it's only because I'm so familiar with the creeps that are on the internet, just her showing the little girls' rooms, this excites some people. And it's so sick and twisted how some people will take something as innocent as a part of a vlog where a little girl's room is shown, and they'll tie it back to other content of that child, and they will have inappropriate thoughts surrounding all of it. And I don't want to go into detail because frankly it makes me sick to my stomach, but you're the one that's giving them the stuff to put together and send them into these really fucked up thoughts. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the, like, why do you have to show inside the kids' rooms? Like, why do you have to, I get it, it's a day in the life, but you can say, oh, I straightened up the kids' rooms. I did so and so. You don't have to literally like prop up a camera in your child's bedroom as you know, go through their dirty laundry. And, you know, there could be underclothing that's on the floor and you're having to pick it up and put it into a hamper. Like, people should not be seeing that. And that is my opinion. And I am going to stand on that for the rest of my life. These sections of the vlog where she's just kind of milling around, not saying a single word, I'm going to speed up, and I might even just cut them out because I appreciate your all's time and you guys being here. I don't think that it adds anything to the conversation to literally watch her move around and not say a single word. So this vlog will be trimmed down or sped up or something. I will figure it out while I'm editing, but way to just like completely not appreciate the people that take time to watch your video by keeping this BS in the vlog. I think that it's a snooze fest.
We're home sick today. Thankfully, Josh is off today for his doctor's appointment. I'm going to drop off Zoe and Bodhi to school after I get some more coffee because they missed their bus. Okay, you ready?
I'm surprised that they haven't gotten a Keurig or they don't have a Keurig. I know a lot of people love the Keurig because Alicia doesn't care about the environment. So those little like K-cup pods, she would have no problem just like going through 500 of those, you know, every few months. I am surprised that they still have an actual coffee pot. Just something I noticed either way.
It snowed This is our first like real snow this year. This is like a layer of ice on the sidewalk and driveway. I gotta remember to call to get that dumpster taken away. We had new windows put in, and that dumpster is full of our old windows. All right. Kids off, pick kids up.
So with them putting the new windows in, I talked about that in the previous video. I'll link it down below in case you guys missed it. But with them putting the new windows in, I know some people were saying, oh, well, maybe they're getting new windows because they're going to list the house for sale soon. I don't think that they're going to be moving. And the reason that I don't think they're going to be moving is some of y'all might know one of my previous jobs was a mortgage loan processor. And despite the fact that it was many moons ago, one thing that I did learn and take away from that is understanding debt to income ratio and kind of the way that cash flows work. And I also had more recent positions that focused a little more on that, but without going into too much detail, when it comes to people allowing you to borrow money, especially borrow money on the scale of a home loan, we're not talking about just, a car or a personal loan. Home loans are obviously much more, especially when you're talking about trying to fit a family of 14 inside of a home. When it comes to YouTube income and debt, because as we know, Alicia has a lot of debt. She's been very public about that. But when we're talking about YouTube income, it's very hit and miss. And just because you have X number of dollars this month, that doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to get that for the next 6 months or for the next year. And banks want to make sure that they are going to be paid back and you're not going to default on the loan, and then they're going to be stuck with, having to basically get you out of this house that they put a loan down on. I personally think that they're going to stay in their house, and redoing the windows was just something that they needed done. I don't think that that necessarily points to them wanting to redo the windows so that they can list the house. I don't think that Alicia or Josh have a super good credit standing. That's just my that is my assumption based off of everything that she has shared with us. I think that Alicia spends money like it's her full-time job, because it kind of is now. And I think that, despite having some good months on YouTube, I also think the YouTube income has gone down some. And when you're talking about someone who is spending as much as she is, I just don't see things working out in her favor. And of course, that is just my opinion. But I think that they're going to end up staying in this house, and what they might end up doing is putting another addition on the house to create a little bit of extra space. Maybe, get some extra bedrooms to fit in the house or something. But yeah, I don't think that they're going to be moving. And I think that, out of my own curiosity, I would love to see a loan processor kind of break down their mortgage loan. And that's not me being invasive. It's just being curious. So either way, that's the thing with the windows. I don't think that they're going to be moving out of this house. And Jesus take the wheel, because everybody on the internet knows exactly where Alicia lives. She doesn't give a shit.
Okay, I got Zoe and Bodhi dropped off to school. I called school and let them know that he's sick. I'm on my way to go pick up because he has an orthodontist appointment. This is every day. This is like the chaos of every day. We have appointments all afternoon for 2 of my kids. It's gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be a Dunkin' day, because we also have horseback riding tonight, wrestling, Nordic skiing, track, and Odyssey of the Mind. Oh shoot, I gotta get that turkey in the crock pot. I'll do that after orthodontist appointment.
She's reminding everybody of all of these extracurricular activities that her kids are involved in. And typically I would say that's wonderful. But again, when you have a platform the size of hers, telling people that your kids are still doing horseback riding, and we can tie it back to older videos where you told us exactly where the horseback riding takes place, and talking about these events at school, and we know where your kids go to school, it all is just a huge security risk. It's a huge like the biggest red flag that you can think of. Like that is what Alicia has created by oversharing all of these very precise locations that they frequent, like horseback riding, dance lessons, games at the school where multiple kids attend, and it's not okay.
I don't think it's complicated. It's a new recipe. I think it's more or less just throwing turkey and vegetables in a crock pot with some stock, but we'll see. My high schoolers have midterms this week, so they're kind of on a light schedule, and they don't have school tomorrow. So that's nice. It'll be nice to have them home for a day, like without the little kids, you know? I gotta get into the doctor. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to do that.
She did show that the ice was on the sidewalks and stuff and that it had snowed. Now, I am not usually a car vlog police officer because, as you guys know, I do car vlogs too. But I would never do car vlogs if there was even the thinnest piece of ice on the roads. And usually if ice is on the sidewalks, you can kind of, you know, assume that the roads might not be completely dry yet. I don't like that. And I also think that her vlogging in this big ass van, that's a whole nother risk in itself when you're talking about any moisture that might be on the roads. And again, I don't want to be a content cop because this is not something new. It's not something different. A lot of people drive and vlog, and that's just the way that it is. As long as your hands free, it's completely legal. I always compare it to talking to a passenger in my, you know, if I was riding with a passenger and we were talking, I don't touch the device from the time that I push go to when I push stop. But with winter weather, I think that adds a kind of an added layer of things that could unfold in a negative manner. And it does bother me that in this situation, you're going to come out of your house and say how there's ice on the sidewalks, and then you're vlogging and driving, and with her, she glances at the camera quite a few times while she's filming. Just saying. And you know, her camera setup is not like in front, it's kind of down on the side by like where her air conditioning vents are. And when you look down there, you are really taking your eyes off of the road completely. Oh, and by the way, she does this all the time when she has kids in the car too. So this is not just like her being extra safe because she doesn't have any kids in the car. She will do this with kids in the car. It does not matter to her.
This morning, I guess I'll have to call and see if I can squeeze them in. I am hoping it's not pink eye, but I feel like it's probably pink eye, which is never a good thing because that's one of those ones that is hard to contain in our house, and then it sweeps through everyone. But maybe it's just a random cold and it's coming out as eye. I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna call the doctor. All right, I picked up and headed to the orthodontist. All right, I'll get his braces adjusted, and I'm gonna sit in the van and make some phone calls. All right, we are.
Look at all the snow, and she was literally vlogging with the kid in the car. So she does not care if there's one kid in the car, 4 kids in the car. If Alicia feels like vlogging and driving and there's ice on the roads, she's gonna vlog and drive. She doesn't care.
Home, I'm gonna get all the laundry out because the doctor's office is right by the laundromat. So whenever we have a doctor's appointment, I like multitask and go to the laundromat too, since it's right there. And then I'll keep cleaning. Right, this is a birthday present I got yesterday. I gotta like get all her birthday stuff organized. Okay, just hanging out with Harley. I've got a few minutes between appointments. I'm gonna sanitize the house real quick. Let's go. I swear, I just vacuumed in here yesterday.
Instead of spraying wet liquid all over the place, what she should be doing is using a UV light and literally using a UV lamp to kind of like, you know, they have those that are in like the wand format and you can wave them over surfaces to disinfect. But go ahead and make everything wet and, you know, allow mildew to form. I don't care. It's not my house.
Light switch, doorknob.
Watching her make everything all wet with that layer of liquid is bothering me, and I don't know why. Let's move on.
Okay, I'm gonna get dinner going in the crock pot. Someone sent me this book. Thank you if it was you. It did not come with a name, so I don't know who it was. But yeah, I'm gonna make this the best Thanksgiving turkey breasts you'll ever eat. It looks pretty simple. We're just gonna, like I said, throw the bacon. How much bacon do I need? Oh, I have to grab the bacon. I need, okay, I've got, oh, I gotta get onions. All right, how many times am I'm five-zine this recipe. I don't know what the term is for that. So I need, I'll do 10 onions. I gotta find the carrots. I gotta do 10 celery stalks. Oh, by the way, I am making a huge batch of this because sometimes I like plan ahead. I know, right? Occasionally I do that. And I'm like doubling what I would make for my family because I'm gonna repurpose this for Saturday night's dinner and make like a turkey version of a shepherd's pie. So that's why I'm making a huge batch of this. This will not, like, we will not eat all of this tonight, but I'm gonna repurpose it, you'll see. Anyways, I gotta get...
Let's actually see if she repurposes it. Chances are they're not going to. They'll just get McDonald's or pizza or something, and Alicia will say how she was feeling lazy and tired from the week, and they got takeout instead. So I don't know if she will repurpose it. The amount of food waste that she has shown on YouTube alone, it would take her 5 years of actually repurposing food to even break even with what she has created and all of the loss that she has created, all of the food that has gone bad that she could have donated to people that would have actually used it. The food waste is very upsetting to me, and you don't have to agree with me, but I think that her wasting food and the amount that she brings into her house, like buying stuff that they don't need, it's just such a slap in the face to especially parents that might be watching her channel. I know because I talk to a lot of y'all over on Instagram. I have heard from many of you guys how much you're struggling right now to be able to feed your kids. And if you are one of those people, I am sorry. I am actually sorry, and I feel for you. I understand the I don't understand directly because obviously I don't have kids, but I understand the emotion that can come over you when you feel like, am I going to have enough money to make it until I get paid again? I know how that feels. And right now with the prices of groceries, you guys, like I was talking to someone over on Instagram and I said, I saw a jar of mayo for like $8 at the grocery store the other day. A freaking jar of mayo? Are you kidding? $8? I don't know. It's just a really difficult kind of climate that we're in right now. And so it would still be frustrating, but to see this YouTuber who is just blatantly wasting food is extremely just irresponsible, and to be really frank, I think it's kind of gross because she just continues to do it. This is not like a one-time thing that people were upset about and keep talking about it. It's constantly spending over $1,000 at Wegmans and then still buying pizza and rotting food in the fridge and a freezer that's not organized with a bunch of food that has freezer burn on it because you didn't make it in time. And it's just like food waste to the 100th degree, and that's the problem.
All the vegetables in the bottom of the pot. With the onions too. Yeah, arrange. Okay, I'm using, maybe I can find it. Where did it go? Ah, I get these on Amazon. They basically make it so I don't have to clean this giant crock pot at the end of the night.
Crock-pot kind of looks dirty anyway, just saying.
And I take this and I put it in the fridge, and like this is what I put the leftovers in the fridge in. I love it.
You see how she gets very giddy at the opportunity to not have to clean dishes? That's why I personally think that the septic thing and having to buy paper plates is just a sham. I think it's something that she is going to continue to use because she doesn't want to wash plates. She doesn't want to have to do all the dishes from kids eating. And honestly, I would rather her just be honest about it than blame it on the damn septic thing. Like, be honest. Tell people, I don't want to wash all these dishes, and my damn kids won't listen to me when I tell them to wash their own dishes. They won't, do anything that I ask them to do. So I'm stuck with it. My husband's sitting over there on the couch. He won't help me. So we use paper plates, but instead she blames it on the septic thing. And when she shows excitement over not having to clean up after dinner, it automatically registers for me that it probably ties in with the fact of the paper plates and the plastic utensils. But again, that's just an opinion, just a conspiracy. Let's move on.
This is my last one now, so I gotta order more. Okay. Carrots. Fortunately, these are all the carrots I have. I'm hoping for more. I smell like coffee? Well, thank you.
Oh, it smells like coffee right now.
Oh, it smells like my coffee. Yeah.
The funny thing with Alicia, I always see her making this food, but I never see her kids actually eating it. I never see them, like, there are maybe a few videos that I've seen over everything that I've watched of hers where I see them sitting down at the table and eating together. But usually it's showing the food being made, showing a TikTok with the food in it, and then that's kind of it. Like, I don't ever see clips of her kid with like a plate and a fork and eating the food, which is kind of, kind of strange. I don't know.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want anything we have. Yes. Yeah. Any of their paperwork I'm going to take with me. Please. I need me a garbage bowl. Found it? Yeah, I mean, I knew where it was before we got organized. Yeah. My brain sees it in the unorganized chaos. Then we organize. I don't know where it is.
This must be it.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. And then, yeah, social securities. Do we have birth certificates?
Yeah, they're right here.
Perfect. That's everything I need. Hallelujah. And if you find Harley,
I'm going through right now.
that's all I need. Okay, so I got Jordan a 3:10 doctor's appointment. Oh, I told you that.
Here it is.
And we've got wrestling, Nordic trek, horseback riding. Do we have Odyssey of the Mind tonight?
I haven't seen anything about it.
I'm taking you to the doctor's at 3 o'clock. Okay? Yeah. If you want banana bread or something else. Why don't I get it so you're not like touching everything? No offense.
Something else.
Okay, what would you like?
Mac and cheese.
Okay. Do you want me to like make a big thing of it or like a little Velveeta cup of it?
A big thing.
So here's what I was going to say about that. Axel's having a snack, so don't be distracted. Not that anyone would be, but what I will say about this whole thing, when it comes to her, I've noticed this a lot. When she is talking to her husband while she's filming, that's when a lot of the oversharing happens, because it kind of feels like, due to the chaos, they don't have time to just like sit down and go over what's going on at home. So it happens during vlogs. And when you're sitting here filling each other in on stuff, or Alicia's filling him in on stuff most of the time, like, YouTube ends up hearing that so-and-so has pink eye and this kid has this doctor's appointment, and oh, we had to go to CVS to get so-and-so medication. Why don't you do that off camera? Y'all are parents. You're the grown adults. You're the ones that should be running this household. If you guys cannot dedicate 10 minutes at the end of each day to have a two-way conversation about what's going on with all of these 12 kids so that YouTube doesn't hear about it or TikTok doesn't hear about it, that kind of sounds like a personal problem. But I do notice that a lot of times this oversharing is this like random chatter that's included in vlogs. And I will not change my stance on the fact that YouTube should not know when kids of family vloggers are going to doctors. It doesn't need to be on YouTube, my opinion.
Probably a good thing we didn't make it to basketball last night. We would have unplanned spread pink eye to the team. I don't think they would have liked that. Thank you. Call the middle school and tell them that I'm picking Deshaun up at 12. Just one of those days. Days like this. Thank goodness you took today off. What did I do? I don't know. How was your appointment?
Good.
Okay.
Good. I'm healthy.
Your blood pressure?
Is normal.
Nice. What's your secret? Or is it just the medicine's helping?
It's medicine.
Oh.
She's awesome. By the way, my doctor has 6 kids.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She gets it. It made my eyes water.
Look, she's so accommodating.
Yeah. I need to switch to her.
She has to talk to me like I'm a child. I don't say that to be funny, but I get so anxious about doctors.
Yeah.
She like is amazing. But I could never go to another doctor besides her.
You're way overdue for doctors.
You know what? I was speaking of doctors. I need to go to the eye doctors. You know the last time I had my eyes looked at?
Not
I
in
was
this
28.
house. I was gonna say not in this
I was
house.
28. This is the last eye exam that I had.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me. When the optical shop calls me back, I gotta get Nevaeh's glasses stripped.
Yeah. We need to get those rush order because she needs them for
And Bree needs an extra pair. I don't know. We've lost Nevaeh and Bree's glasses. Bree has 12 pairs of glasses in 3 years. Ew, this one's yucky.
Food. She literally looked at that onion and said, oh, that one's yucky because it had a one black spot, and she threw the whole thing away. Oh my lord.
Recipe calls for a lot of salt. Two large sprigs. 2 times 5 is 10. So I'm gonna do all this. Still all this. It smells so nice. Bacon. No. Stock. Alright, let's see if this covers these. My eyes are still watering from the onion. No.
This kind of feels like one of the more healthy meals that Alicia has prepared on video. And again, tell me if I'm wrong, but aside from the massive amount of salt that she poured in there, at least it has fresh vegetables, and it's something that is, you know, fully prepared by her. I don't know. This should be a constant, in my opinion. I think that so many things tie back to diet and kind of like what kids eat. Now, of course, as adults, free to make your own decisions. I definitely don't have a super healthy diet, but I'm also an adult and can choose that for myself. But when it comes to kids, like having good home cooked meals is super important. Not only do, you know, the kids, I'll tell you guys, as an adult, I look back at my childhood and I so deeply appreciate all of the hours and time and energy that my dad spent giving me home cooked meals. I really appreciate that as an adult so much. But when it comes to, you know, them current day, they're gonna get good benefits from having home cooked meals because they're going to feel healthy. They're not going to feel weighed down by a bunch of sugar and chips and fried foods and McDonald's and stuff. They get a home cooked meal. I think that it's really important. I see that she's doing it in this video, but unfortunately it's not a constant. Kind of wish it was. It would be really cool. And again, that would be something that she could show. Okay, I have these 12 kids, but at least they're getting home cooked meals. Everything else put aside, at least they're getting home cooked meals, but it's not a constant, and that's why people have opinions about it.
I'm gonna need more bacon. I need 20 pieces of bacon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe not. Maybe I just need enough to cover the vegetables. That would make sense. Yeah. 12 pieces. How good this looks. I'm excited. And add in the turkey breast.
Alicia needs to take a couple lessons in how to be hygienic when you're preparing food. We already know that. But in this video, it's just a reminder that she has no clue what the hell she's doing because she literally sat there and touched all of that produce. She's touching the knife that has juices from the produce on it. She touched the side of the crock pot. She's touching all of these things, and then she immediately goes in and touches this raw meat to put it in the dish. Maybe wash your hands before you're handling raw meat. Is that too much to ask? It probably is, but I thought that I would say it anyway. I love a home-cooked meal. I can't stand an unhygienic chef. Can't do it.
One more. Okay. These are, and it doesn't say to put anything on the turkey breast. These are actually honey brined, so I don't think I need to put anything else on. What's up, honey? It smells like onions.
Oh, I think it smells good.
Your blanket smells better, I bet.
I baby this little child so much. Number one, I realize that some kids use a pacifier as they, you know, get a couple years older. I understand that. A lot of people are talking about it in the comments. Why does this child have a pacifier? This child, like a lot of other kids in the Dougherty house, has no rules. So the kids make their own rules and Alicia adheres to them. These kids do not listen to her. They do not respect her based on what I've seen. And they're going to do what the hell they want to do. And that's why the child has a pacifier. And that's why these kids run amok all day long and still get whatever the hell they want. So her child's literally playing on the floor. This water is bubbling over from the pasta. What if she didn't get there in time and this water would have gone over the stove and her kid would have been right there because her child's playing on the floor? That could have been definitely an incident. I'm glad that it wasn't. Kid probably shouldn't be playing on the floor when there's food literally on the stovetop, but hey, what do I know? This is so fucking boring. Like, do the people that actually watch this for entertainment value, I have questions for y'all. Very, very strange that people are so entertained by this. And I know everyone has their own tastes and all of that kind of stuff, but like the woman isn't even talking to her audience for 70% of these scenes. It's literally her roaming around, literally not saying a word. I don't understand it.
Alrighty. I gotta get going. I gotta go drop that. I have some more appointments. Okay. I gotta drop. These are mine.
What?
These are mine.
What are you talking about?
I'm just stress eating some M&Ms.
I did that last night.
You learned that from me. Okay.
So it's really interesting to me because so often, and I want to come at this with some care. I really don't want it to just be opinions, that have no basis. But I've seen this quite a bit from Alicia, where she will she eats a bunch of candy and she doesn't necessarily eat the food that she makes. And I understand that she's trying to keep this social media train rolling because it has been very lucrative for her and her family. But what I will also say is, when you are the conductor of this train and you want to make sure that you're making what you made last month because it's funding this lifestyle, whatever this lifestyle is, I think that a lot of YouTubers can get caught up in the creation of it and the chase of the check. I just don't see her taking care of herself. And that is a baseline way that I feel like I can give an opinion about this. I don't want it to be cruel. I don't want it to be mean. I hope that she's taking care of herself. And maybe that's just something that she doesn't share with YouTube. Maybe it's something that I've missed along the way. I haven't seen it, whatever. But I hope that she is taking care of herself, because the stress that this can cause to somebody and can cause health complications, and then you're not eating properly, you're not taking care of yourself properly, and then the stress of it all, plus you have 12 kids, it can really cut a lot of things short. And I just hope that she is taking care of herself, because based on everything that I've seen, I don't see that she's always taking care of herself. I see her just creating content, shopping, making her kids food, spending money, and making TikToks. And that's what I'll say about it.
We're back from our appointments, and I'm gonna check on this turkey.
It smells good. Ooh. That looks like the most unseasoned, bland. It looks like a poached chicken, which is like the most boring protein category that you can ever eat as a human being. I certainly hope that there's going to be a lot more seasoning, a lot more color, and a lot more flavor added to that before anyone eats it, because it looks okay, but it just looks very bland. Meh.
I was not home for long. Now I gotta run. I got back in time so I could make it to the CSE meeting today. 11 of our 12 kids have an IEP, an individualized education plan, and those require routine CSE meetings. Speaking of routine appointments, we spent the afternoon at routine appointments for our Kinship kiddos. It's mostly just like these routine monthly appointments we have to do, where basically they're just checking up on them and making sure that they are safe and healthy and happy. It's not their favorite appointments of the month, but as I tell them, it's just standard so that any kid who's affected by the system is being maintained and looked after and held accountable that they are safe. So those meetings are done. Now I'm headed to...
I think with fostering and this kind of stuff, like, she wants to talk about these appointments. I do wonder, and if any of y'all have experience with this from the stance of an adult who was a child in foster care, please share in the comments if you feel comfortable. If not, you can send me an email anonymously or a message over on Instagram. But I am curious because, kids get put in really difficult positions. And I've talked about before how they want to be people pleasers. Kids just want to make the people in their life happy, whether it's a guardian, a caregiver, a sibling, a family friend, a parent. They want to make people happy. And they seek validation. I just don't know if putting a child in a room with somebody who is representative of whatever foster care agency or whatever state agency it is that child going to feel safe to say, well, I'm okay, but I don't like A, B, C, D, and E, and know that it's not going to get back to the people that are caring for them? Because it might just be a situation where they're happy 80% of the time, but there's that 20% where they don't like this thing that's happening and they have to be a part of it. So I have no clue how that works. So again, I'm coming to you guys as someone who does not know, and I would like to be educated by people who know more than me. But I am very curious, and I just wonder about, are our kids comfortable enough to share how they really feel in situations like this? I hope that the Kinship kids are well and good and all of the positive things. But as I've said before, reacting to Alicia's very public content, I see them sometimes not being willing participants of this social media machine that she has created.
Busy meeting. It's 2 o'clock. Josh is at home. When I get back, I gotta take Jordan to his doctor's appointment. Okay, meeting over. Oh wait, I still have my name tag on. I gotta load up all of the laundry for the laundromat. James is at the school. Okay, I'm taking Jordan to the doctor.
Like, how can these people sit in a meeting with a child who is with her through Kinship? How can they sit there and not see that Alicia's social media presence is not in the best interest of these kids? If the representative is watching the TikToks and actually watching like a lot of people are watching, there's no way that you can look at a lot of her content without eventually coming to even a partial conclusion that these kids don't always look like they want to be on. And I described it like that in a video a few days ago because I think that that makes the most sense. Kids don't always want to be on. Sometimes they want to be off and they want to be by themselves, listen to music, color in their coloring books, play some video games, do whatever they want to do. And they don't want to be around parents. They don't want to be on TikTok. They don't want to be part of your damn vlog. And they don't want to go to, Dick's Sporting Goods or, wherever Alicia wants to go blow money. Kids don't always want to be on, and that is okay, and that should be respected. But a lot of times I see her wanting her kids to be on, but them not having a poker face and actually showing people that they are not too excited to be dancing around doing roll calls and snackerty boards. That's my opinion.
Until those are done washing the clothes. Okay, let's go see what the doctor says about Jordan. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna wait in the hallway. Oh, I think she's right there waiting.
She keeps telling people exactly where she does laundry. I'm waiting for some weirdo to just camp out at the laundromat and wait to meet Alicia one day. So dumb. Like, stop telling people where you frequent. Stop showing the store address on your Wegmans receipts. Stop laughing at people that know where you live. Stop showing people where your kids go to school. Stop showing them where they go horseback riding and have dance lessons and all of this kind of stuff. It is so damn nonsensical. I don't understand why it's constantly applauded.
We're waiting. He has pink eye. We're waiting to see if he also has strep. Hopefully not. Good news, no strep. So, I'll just keep sanitizing the house and hopefully we can keep the pink eye contained. I am gonna go get my new guilty pleasure. I'll show you.
Stop filming in the fucking doctor's office. That would be a good start. How about let's start simple? Stop filming in the doctor's office and stop filming at your children's school. Anything medical and anything school related, get it off YouTube. That would be a great start to actually show people that you're protecting your kids. Then we can work our way down on the other things that she has done that are absolutely red flags. But let's start simple. I could not imagine sitting in a doctor's office, either me by myself or, with a child or a sibling, and bringing up my camera and saying, we're da-da-da, we hope so-and-so doesn't have bronchitis. I would feel like douchebag of the year doing that. It's weird. It is not normal and it shouldn't be normalized.
Thank you for choosing Panera. This is Matt speaking. Do you have my favorite workout bus?
No.
All right, what can I get for you today?
Hi, could I please get a strawberry lemon charged large lemonade, please? That was a tongue twister. And then the kids mac and cheese with baguette and a regular lemonade, please.
All right, anything else?
Nope.
All right, we'll come to 1671.
Thanks.
Here's this way.
Thanks. My new favorite thing is these lemonades, these flavored lemonades with caffeine in them.
Do you need a drink tray?
No, okay.
Oh, you said no. I'm sorry.
Thanks, fine. You do what you feel like doing. It's all right. It's good.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too. Okay. Charged up. So good. It's strawberry. It's like strawberry lemon mint.
She just like lives off caffeine based on what I've seen, which, hey, some days I'm there too, but I do hope that she's taking care of herself. I do. You know, as a human being to another human being, I am reacting to what I see and hoping that she is taking care of herself health-wise. But, you know, the kid's sick and she stopped to get some food from Panera because that's what he wanted. That's nice. You know what? If that's what the kid wanted, yeah, they have food at home, but if he's not feeling well and that's something that he wanted, that's a small token of being able to fulfill what he's asking for without it being, you know, a $500 pair of Jordans or something ridiculous. Yeah.
Get free to horseback riding. Busy, busy, busy. Our pharmacy is right here by the doctor's office, by the laundromat. So I gotta get his eye drops so we can get him on the eye drops. He does not want to miss his basketball game on Saturday. So hopefully he's feeling up for it. He'll be on eye drops for...
It's like, the lemonade is kind of good.
It's like fresh squeezed lemonade. Yeah, it's like real lemonade. Not like sugary fake. Warm while we go to horseback riding. Alright, this is why I buy these, because I have no time to make homemade mashed potatoes right now. I'm gonna throw these in a small crock pot, and then while we're at horseback riding, they will warm up, and then when we get back, it'll be bada bing bada boom. Dinner's ready. This is why Thursday night is crock pot night. Seriously, these mashed potatoes are so good though. I'm gonna drop it off. She wants to go to the gym and work out, and then horseback riding, and then pick up from Nordic State.
So two things with this pre-made mashed potato stuff. Why not just do potatoes? They don't have to be mashed. That's just my opinion. I love, you know, I do shop at Wegmans sometimes. It's not a normal thing, but they have the little baby potatoes and they're so little and they're so good. If you just put a little bit of butter, salt, pepper, and maybe some like garlic and like an all seasoning type blend on them, they are so delicious. Left over too, they're really good. But secondly, she says that she's going to drop the Kinship girl off at the gym. Dropping her off at the gym by herself is not okay, my opinion. This is a girl who Alicia has dangled out in front of social media like a carrot on a stick. There are people that are oddly obsessed with her. There are people who will absolutely be able to recognize her in public. And I hope that Alicia is not dropping her off by herself with nobody else there. Bare minimum, if she's going to go there, I would hope that like Alicia needs to stay with her. Like, this is just not okay. It's not okay at all. I mean, what the hell are you doing? What the hell's wrong with Alicia Dougherty? That's what I want to know. When it comes to the safety side of things, you are dropping a Kinship girl off at the gym by herself. I'm going to let this keep playing and I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but she's Alicia is running amok with the other kids, so I doubt that she's going to carve out an hour to stay with the girl during her workout. So she shows the Kinship girl come from, it looked like she went to get a water from the garage. She's wearing, again, super tight short shorts to work out in, and that's not okay. In my opinion, that is not okay. You know, would it be okay if she wasn't on social media? Probably not. But the fact that she is so well known and has been all over the Dougherty's social media pages and people are lusting and thirsting after her, why are you allowing her to go to a gym in tight short shorts? This is not okay.
Back riding. Dropped at the gym. Dropped to get ready for horseback riding. It takes them.
Okay, so she did drop her off unsupervised. Alicia's not with her. So the Kinship girl is at the gym unsupervised, and that's it. And y'all applaud this woman for how she takes care, so great, so perfect care of these kids. Get real. So someone was inquiring about the youngest child and said, child's name, preschool paperwork. I thought you pulled her out of preschool. And of course, one of the Dougherty Dozen stands chimes in and says, she said they were sending her to a new preschool, thus probably the enrollment paperwork. Y'all know so much about these kids. It's so weird. Someone else said about the youngest child, so-and-so is 4 years old. Why does she suck on a pacifier? And again, Dougherty Dozen stan, why don't you mind your own business? Wow, that's a genius idea. It is everyone's business if it's on the damn internet. And the person responded and said, it is my business. It's on the internet. If they don't want any comments, don't put it out there. It's none of your business. So, you know, and of course people are saying, oh, what a great mom. What a great mom. You're the best mom ever. Y'all know how I feel about that. I don't like this. And that's my opinion. I'm allowed to react to it. Y'all are allowed to react to it. We're all allowed to have opinions. You know, I gave my reactions a little bit of a break. And I don't expect anything from Alicia because of my commentary. I don't expect her to make changes. I don't expect her to do better. But I will continue to share an opinion on it as long as she continues to upload it. It really bothers me that she allowed that Kinship girl to go work out unsupervised. That really bothers me because I know how weird people can be online. And all it would take is one person to recognize her. And if she gets confronted and she is if she's non-confrontational, if she's nervous, if she doesn't know how to react, so many things could unfold. And who is there to protect her? And as far as her house being a mess, her kids should have chores that are age appropriate. I've said that 57 times by now, so I won't harp on it too long, but they should have chores. They should be helping out. And Alicia should be enforcing rules. And she should also be reminding her kids to be grateful, you know, say thank you. They have a pretty okay life when it comes to monetary stuff. And I just don't see her kids being super grateful, but hey, what do I know? So either way, yeah, I did chop up some of that vlog, but you guys get the idea. It's the same nonsense, different day. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.